karibu ku bantu bose batugezeho abo turi kumwe muri kunyumva.
Yeah.
Okay. Mwiriwe rero abantu bose bageze aha ngaha. Je nitwa Ida Mutoni. Ndi umunyamakuru ku Mulenge TV. Tuhujwe n'uyu munsi ku kiganiro cyitiriwe Save Mulenge nk'uko mubibona muri titre hasi. Twaje kuvugana ku bintu birebana na icwa ry'Abanyamulenge iwacu imulenge. Byatangiye kuva kera ariko aho bigereye mu 2017 birushaho biba bibi kurushaho kugeza uyu munsi rero hakaba abantu bari kwicwa, abamama, abapapa, abana ntabwo bahitamo, inka, amazi ari gutwikwa, ibintu byose bitwira Abanyamulenge bari kubitwara, barasahura, hari violence, hari ibintu byinshi bitandukanye. Muri ibyo byose rero hari abana cyangwa se abantu bakuru batangiye hashtag yitwa Save Mulenge igamije gutabariza Abanyamulenge b'Imulenge. Ndashaka kubabwira wenda mbibutse yuko abantu bari kwicwa aho imulenge ntabwo ari ubundi bwoko n'Abanyamulenge gusa. Ikiganiro rero murakigezwaho n'Umulenge TV ku bufatanye na Umulenge TV. Tubashimira cyane ko baduhereje iyi platform kugira ngo tubageze iki kiganiro. Hanyuma ndashaka kwibutsa ko biri live, umuntu wese ufite ikibazo yagenda akatubwira akakibaza. Ndi kumwe n'abashitsi baje kudusubiza ku bibazo bijanye na Save Mulenge. Nzi ko abantu benshi bayibonye umwaka ushize ndetse n'uyu mwaka biri kuba bafite ibibazo byinshi. Mwatubaza nta kibazo, nje ndabibasomera babibasubiza. Hanyuma mbere yuko dukomeza rero ndashaka kwakira abashitsi bacu, basabe yuko banatwibwira mu Kinyamulenge. Ndi kumwe n'abakobwa batatu batwibwire mu Kinyamulenge mu mazina yabo ndetse n'imirara yabo. Ndumva twatangira rero tugatangirana na Estelle.
Murakoze. Nitwa Estelle Ruyimbika, ndi umukobwa w'Abagorora, umwishwa w'Abadahugwa, iwacu ni mu Rurambo. Tutuye mu Bufaransa, niho ntuye ubu. Ndakeka ko ari uko bivuga mu Kinyamulenge.
Nuko kose wakoze. Grace.
Murakoze, banyita Grace Bigazi, ndi Umudahugwa, nkaba umwishwa w'Abasinzira, iwacu ni mu Rurambo ariko ubu dutuye muri Ottawa, Canada.
Murakoze Grace. Espe.
Yes, njye banita Esperance Nyasezerano, ndi umukobwa w'Abega, umwishwa w'Abarundi w'Abongera. Iwacu twabaye henshi ndibaza, ariko aho inzi bazavuga cyane ni muri Karongozi mu Minembwe, ariko nakuriye no mu Bijombo ahantu bita mu Rusuku.
Wow. Wivuze nk'umukobwa w'Umunyamulengekazi kabisa. Urakoze cyane Espe. Grace na Estelle turabakiriye cyane kuri kiganiro. Hanyuma hari abantu deje batugiye ko bahageze, turabashimiye, mukomeze muze n'abandi mubibutse ko amasaha yageze. Tubasaba cyane imbabazi, twabanje kugira ibibazo bya internet cyangwa se bya network by'amahezo kubera murabibona ko mu gihe cya covid ntago abantu bose twabonana, ndetse nabo twabonana twese turana atandukanye, ariko turagerageza kabisa kubagirira vuba kugira ngo ama information yose mukeneye abagereho. Ndatangirana na SP. Ntabwo twatangira ngo tugende mu gikorwa ca Save Mulenge mbere yuko abantu bamenya ibintu biri kuba imulenge. Turashaka rero utubwire muri make, udereze nka overview y'ibintu bimaze iminsi bibi iwacu, icwa ry'Abanyamulenge, bike ushobora kwibagirwa, just akantu gatoya gasobanura intambara ziri kuba iwacu.
Urakoze Ida. Kuko watangiye ubivuga, ibibera iwacu ni ubwicanyi bumaze imyaka myinshi bukorerwa Abanyamulenge. Not necessarily buno bwicanyi bwatangiye muri 2017, ariko natangirira ku bwicanyi twebwe twese tuzi duhora twumva bwo muri 1900, igihe cya Murere, ukamanuka ukaja muri 1996, 98, 2004, none ugashika no kuri ya 2017 kugeza uno munsi turi hano. ikintu inzi nuko cyangwa se mwese muzi nk'ubwoko bw'Abanyamulenge nk'urubyiruko rwacu nuko zino ntambara zose cyangwa se ibibazo twagiye ducamo byose bifitanye isano. Intego yabo batwica, intego yabo bantu badukurikira bakurikira amaraso yacu ni ukutuvanaho bakatumaraho ubuzima. Noneho hari umunsi nariko ntekereza nkavuga ati ese mana bino bintu bizarangira ryari, kuko bamwe muri twebwe twavutse tubyumva tubikuriramo, nanone tugiye no kubyara abana bacu bagiye kubikuriramo. Ni ibintu bimaze kurusha cyane. Navuganye n'inshuti zanje zimwe kandi babimpariye uruhusa kugira noneho ngo tubazanire amakesi cyane bwagiye buba mu Banyamulenge, tubuzane mu rugo, we bring it home. Muri 960 ngewe ku giti cyanje nicyo gihe natakaje umubyeyi uzara papa yari afite imyaka 2. Bisigura ngo icyo gihe papa yabaye imfubyi, akura ari wenyine w'ikinege, umwana w'ikinege, kubera nyine ubugizi bwa nabi bwaba ari abantu baduhohotera. Muri 1996 navuganye n'inshuti yanjye Shema, mwese muramuzi, uba muri North Carolina. Icyo gihe igihe bari kubica Abanyamulenge yatakaje umubyeyi, atakaza na basaza be 3. Bapfuye urupfu, abandi bavyeyi bacu babapfu no munsi. Muri 1998 irubumbashi umuhungu witwa Emebideri, muramuzi mwese, kunda bahereza amazina kugira ngo mu connecting ibibazo biba n'abantu bahari ubu nyine, kuko hari igihe tubivuga ukagira ngo turabivuga nk'abo bantu ba imaginary characters. These are real people, n'abantu tuzi. Emebideri yatakaje umubyeyi wiwe, nicyo gihe mwibuka ko bafungaga Abanyamulenge bakabashira mu mapine bakabata mu mazi bakabarasa. Bino ni ibintu dusoma, bino ni ibintu tubwibwa buri munsi. And then muri 1998 ikalemi umupapa witwa Muyoboke yarapfuye asiga abana b'imfubyi, kimwe n'ukuntu papa yemeye abasize nk'imfubyi. Nawe agize gute azize ubwo bugizi bwa nabi. Abo gusa ni inshuti ngewe nzi babaye victim cyangwa se babaye affected n'ubwicanyi bwagiye buba bw'Abanyamulenge gutangira icyo gihe kugeza uno munsi. So tugiye kuri ubwicanyi bwo muri 2004, mwese murabizi byatubayeho, nubwo bitabaye ngo bibere mu gihugu cyacu, ariko niba abandi nyine bagize banabi bagiye badukurikirana baradusanga aho turi twahungiye kugira ngo batumareho ubuzima muri refugee camp. Iyo ni histoire mwese muzi ya Gatumba. Ntabwo nagenda ngo ntange namba y'abantu babaye abapfakazi, babaye imfubyi kubera iyo case yo muri 2004. And then uyu munsi rero twatuvuga 2017 kubera nyine buno bwicanyi bwagiye buba gutangira muri 1960 kugeza n'uyu munsi. The same pattern kirakogwa, ntabwo baba bakoresha indi tactique nshasha, ni the same, ko baratwika, ko baratema, ko bararasa ndi Umunyamulenge. Ni naco baba bakora uno munsi twatuvuga abantu bacu bari hanze biruka bahunga mayimayi. So ntabwo nakwicara hano ngo mbabwire ngo je inzi history y'Abanyamulenge ngo ndende ngo akarengane twagiye duhura nako, ariko mvuze ayo madate yose kuko namwe murayazi ko adufitiyemo ibihe bibi cyane nk'Abanyamulenge. Icyo gusa nashaka kuvuga nuko bino bintu byose bifitanye isano. Zose ino myaka yose igihe abantu batwicaga icyo bari bagamije ni ukuturangiza kandi bakadukura ku butaka twasigiwe n'abandi n'abasogokuru. Yeah.
Urakoze cyane Ispe. Uvuze akantu keza ngira ngo abantu badukurikiye wenda batava imurenge iwacu bamenye cyangwa babyiteho. Twebwe abenshi twavukiye mu nzira, abenshi twese uko turanga ndakeka twagiye tuvukira ahandi hantu atari murenge. Bikaba ariyo mpamvu twebwe ntabwo twamenya histoire, ntabwo twagenda all the way back ngo tumenye ibyabaye, ariko ku murage tuzashaka wenda umwanya twatumira umuntu ugenda muri histoire kuko ibyo Ispe avuze nta nubwo ari igice cy'ibyabaye, nta nubwo ari 1/3, ni byinshi byabaye. Ariko tuzatumira wenda umuntu ku murage ushobora kuvuga afite n'amafacts, afite n'imyaka n'intambara zagiye ziba. Ispe mu byose uvuze ndashaka kubaza kandi twese turi hano turabizi ariko kuba tureba batabizi niki abantu bicira Abanyamulenge izo ntambara zose zabaye babahora iki?
Ndibaza ko icyo kibazo umunyamulenge wese ashobora kugisubiza in a different way, ariko twese twahurira ku nyishu imwe. Twicwa kubera uko dusa, ntabwo turiho, kubera turi ubwoko bw'Abanyamulenge. Sinumva ko hari ikindi kintu cyane cyane ngeza ntekereza nkavuga ati maybe sinzi nimba tugira amafaranga, nimba tugira ubundi bumenyi abandi batagira bashobora kutwicira. Simvuga ngo nkinda undermining our community, but I don't think we are that rich kuvuga ngo abantu baduhotere gusa, you know, for that. Icyo baduhora, icyo batuziza nuko dusa kandi uko turi Abanyamulenge nicyo gusa. Yeah.
Hanyuma hari histoire zikunda kugenda ziza, ndabizi ko utagenda way back, ariko baduhora ari amazina mbere ko genocide iba, kuko yarabaye igatumba genocide yarabaye. Nkeka yuko baje no kwiyemera ko ari genocide. Kugira ngo genocide ibe abantu banza bakambura ubuntu abandi, bakabita ibindi bintu, bakabita andi mazina. Mumwe mu mazina ushobora kuvuga bita Abanyamulenge atuma babamagana bakabireka ko atari Abakongomani buzuye nayahe?
Ndumva actually reka mbasubize inyuma. Muri 1996 twari Uvira. Icyo gihe twebwe aho twabaga, ndabaheza example kugira mbabwire ukuntu ayo mazina nyine yaje. Abavuaze bacu twabanaga nabo, bamwe bari Abarega, abandi bari Abavira. Twabanaga neza pe. Jewe sinababwira ko muri iyo myaka nari nzi ko ndi n'umunyamulenge. Numvaga nyine ufite identity y'Umukongomani yuzuye, like you're not being judged, you know, n'isura ufite. Ariko muri 96 ndibuka twari twihisha ahantu mu nzu kwa Sendoda, abantu ba Uvira barahazi igihe twari twatewe. Noneho mbere yuko tunategwa, umuvuzi wacu araza aratubwira ati sasa hano iwacu habaye nabi, ikibazo mufite mwe muzi ko none batangiye kubita Abanyarwanda. Aho ngewe niho naje kumenya ko, you know, izina ahubwo ry'Abanyarwanda rihaba. Iyo connotation yo kuvuga ngo ko baratwita Abanyarwanda, I think it doesn't have anything to do with aho twavuye. It doesn't have anything to do with uwo turiwe, isura uko dusa. I think it has to do with ubugome gusa bafite, bagashaka scapegoat yo kutwica, bakatwitirira Abanyarwanda. So izina ry'Abanyarwanda, I think it's one of the names that I've heard. Of course ibindi numva ari ibitutsi, zoka, yeah, all those kind of stuff. In the way I shy off from that, and I'm sorry, but the key one, you know, we are invaders. We took their land. We are strangers to their nation. Nta mututsi uba muri Congo. All those slogans nizo wumva igihe baduteye. Yeah.
Urakoze cyane SP. Batwita Abanyarwanda nk'ari gitutsi. Ibi bintu twabihuza wenda na genocide yabaye mu Rwanda mbere yuko nabo babica babise inyenzi, inzoka, ibintu nk'ibyo byose. Iyi nayo ni genocide yindi. Hanyuma mbere yuko wenda tugenda kuri Save Mulenge, ndagira ngo mu mwaka w'2020, I think na 2019, nibwo urubyiruko rwagize cyane cyane uruhare mu bintu zo gutabariza bene wacu bari kwicwa i Mulenge. Ushobora kutubwira mbere yuko twinjira muri Save Mulenge rero igikorwa nyacu, impamvu 2017 kuva kugeza ubu ngubu yabaye yatandukanye n'izindi inshuro zose mayi n'ibindi bitero byagiye bica Abanyamulenge? Niki cabaye for this time kugira ngo urubyiruko ruhaguruke n'ama campaign atangiriye Save Mulenge?
I think muzukuri ndumva ko icyo kibazo Grace na Esther bashobora kuza kugisubiza neza, ariko ntabwo byabuza ko ntanga opinion yanje cyangwa se ntange uko nzumva impamvu zabaye. Ndumva ko twese ari amazina navuze mbere cyangwa se nari ama conflict twagiye ducamwo mu myaka yashize, twese twaje mu bihugu, you know, bya Amerika, muri Canada, muri za Europe, tugira ubumenyi. twigishijwe kuvaluing ubuzima. Simvuga ko kera tutabuvaluing, ariko Abanyamulenge ni kaho twagize umuco wo guceceka, like you cover your pain. Twaricwaga bikarangira ntawe ubivuga, like bakaza kandi bakica, we just keep quiet. But I think as moving to mu bihugu bino biteye imbere, niko navuga, byatwigishije kuvaluinga ubuzima kandi bitwigisha kuba abapatriote. And then the other thing nuko bino bihugu byadufashije kwisanzura, twiyumva ko turenge cyane kurusha uko twabihishaga mbere yuko tuza no muri bino bihugu. So noneho mukivi twiyumva ko turi Abanyamulenge like 100%, byatugize kuba responsible for whatever life iri muri Afrika y'umunyamulenge itotezwa, itumakinga ko twumva ko tugomba guspeaking on their behalf. Jewe personally, I always say like nimba nari muri no conflict ya 2019 gutangira 2017 nkaba ndi ruguru par exemple diriya, icyo mba narashatse kundi muntu ankorera ariko icyo nshaka gukora yewe nk'urubyiruko niko navuga, ariko navuze ko gas ari buze kubisubiza nyuma kuko ndumva ko nje ndanakuze kubarusha, niwo urubyiruko rw'uyu munsi ubwacu bwararangiye somehow. But I believe that twese niriya spirit yo kuvuga ko enough is enough, it's time to act and speak for our people. Yeah.
Urakoze cyane SP. Hanyuma wewe uraza no kubivuga, nari ngiye kubivuga nkabisobanura mu bantu babaye byibuze mu Banyamulenge cyangwa babibayemo urimo. Grace na Estelle ibo ni batoya cyane kurusha, mubona vuze bavukiye mu nzira yabona kurushaho cyane. Grace toshaka kubaza mu bintu byagiye kuvuka bya Save Mulenge, wari urimo mu bantu babizanye nk'umwana wavukiye mu mahanga utaravukiye mu Mulenge, niki cyatumye ugira iyo shaka, hanyuma twinjira no kuri Save Mulenge nyayo?
I think kuri njyewe kandi murambabarira kubera ntabwo nakuze like ruguru, or I didn't have amahirwe yo gukura muri community y'Abanyamulenge cyane. That's why I'm going to mix Kinyamulenge and Icyongereza to the best of my ability. But I remember particularly like what happened Mugatumba happened, and I remember I was so young, and our day they came home, and my dad was so distressed, Mama Wanji, like everybody was crying because of what had happened, and I had never seen them like that. And so they told us what happened, and then, but you know, as kids, you have to try to sugarcoat things. You can't tell Avana everything as it is. You have to find a way kuabgira, right? So in simple terms, because they look different from Abandi Bakongomani, and they wouldn't give us the history then because we were so young. But for me, if I were to pinpoint at one particular incident in my life that informed my activism and informed my my politics, it was that moment in my life. I just didn't understand why anybody would hate me because of the way I look, right? Because you don't choose where you're born, you don't pick your family, you don't pick what country you're born into. And so as a little kid, I was just so shocked, I was so sad. It confused me, and so for me, that's where my passion came from, and from that day on, I was like, I will, my politics, everything I do from now on will be dedicated to make sure that my people don't have to go through that.
Gracia yavuze yuko excuse aravuga yuko yavukiye handi hantu yabaye mu mahanga cyane, niyo mpamvu abantu dukurikira ndashaka kuba nzasoma comments zanyu. Abenshi musaba yuko twabwiye Kinyamulenge, ariko ndabizeza yuko turagerageza. Nk'aba bana ntago bazi Kinyamulenge cyose, kandi si amakosa, baracyari kuciga, ariko bari gushaka gukorera igihugu kandi bari gutabariza igihugu. Ndagira ngo icyo nicyo cyangombwa. Hanyuma ndashaka kubaza Estelle mbere ko tugaruka kuri Save Mulenge, nka umwana wabanye n'abakongomani, wenda ndabizi yuko abanye n'abakongomani cyane, urakuze wowe n'abashiti bawe murabana muri France, nta kibazo na kimwe, ariko kandi uje kumva yuko iwacu Mulenge aribo bari kutwicira bene wacu. Iyo experience wumvishe bimeze gute kuri wowe?
nasanze aho utuye bira-influencinga cyane uko utekereza. Mu by'ukuri hari ukuntu ngira n'inshuti z'abakongomani ariko ababyeyi babo banga Abanyamulenge ariko bo tukaba inshuti. Nasanze muri Congo icyo babuze ni ubumenyi. Hariho ukuntu abakongomani bazi ngo barabizi, bazi ibintu kandi batabizi. Bashobora kuvuga yuko tutari abakongomani ariko babaza fact ngo se kubera iki nayahe makuru ufite ntibagire icyo bakubwira. Ni ibintu bigoye kumanaginga niba ariko navuga, kuko uza usanga ubana n'abana neza ariko ababyeyi bakabana nabi, bakwita umunyarwanda ariko abana bakumva kuri umukongomani. Gusa naje gusanga icyo nk'uko wari wabajije Grace ngo se ngo ni iki the reason why we yumva ko ashaka kuvugira iwacu, numva ko hari n'ikintu dufite turusha ababyeyi bacu bari bafite icyo gihe. Murabizi ababyeyi bacu nta internet bari bafite, nta social media, nta biki, kudenonsa ibyari bihaba bikagora cyane. Icyo naje gukuramo muri ibi bihe ni uko abenshi mu nshuti ngira bari bazi nabo ko banyita umunyarwanda ariko baza nyuma kwemera ko ndi umukongomani bitewe n'uko twabanye cyangwa se n'uko nabigishaga. Ibyo byasabaga ko naje mba nzi uwo ndiwe, nkamenya amafakiti yo kubaho. Hariho akahistoire kamwe kambayeho personal testimony. Hariho ngira umushuti nako yaje kuba inshuti nyuma. Mbere yari umuntu wazi ugenda untuka kuri Instagram akantuka ngo ntabwo muri abakongomani buri gihe. Noneho wenda nko kuri da unzi sinzi guceceka cyane nkagenda musubiza nkamubwira ko turi abakongomani kandi nkagenda muha fact. Iwaho ambwira ibitutsi je nkagenda muha histoire. Ariko nahuye n'umuntu wari ufite wenda inyota yo kumenya, akavuga ariko umukobwa shaka kumwereka yuko ibyo ahavuga atari ukuri, reka ngende nkore research zanje rero nze kumwereka ko ibyo ahambwira hayabesha. Agenda akora ama research yiwe aza kumbwira nyuma. Twamaze hafi imyaka 2 ahantuka kuri IG by the way. Nyuma y'icyo gihe araza arambwira ngo sister you know what, ngo Abanyamulenge muri abakongomani. Ubu ni umuntu utuye muri Belgique, ubu amaze nka 2 weeks yaragiye muri Congo. Aravuga uti bitewe n'ukuntu nirirwaga mbatuka ku social media, ngiye kumekinga sure ko ngiye muri Congo abantu bose tuzahura ndabo nzagenda mbigisha ko muri abakongomani. Right now ari Uvira. So ni ikintu mbona jewe ko kuba narabanye n'abakongomani ni experience ituma menya impamvu batwanga. Hari byinshi nizemwo batubwira uti tubanga kubera iki niki, ibintu wenda bitari ukuri ariko bituma wowe nk'umunyamurenge ubigisha. Niho naje gusanga yuko tuze kumva yuko kuvuga nk'ibintu byose byo gusharinga tukavuga abo turibo n'ibiki bigira imbaraga nyinshi cyane.
Merci beaucoup. Urakoze. Ndi kuvuga igifaransa nanje merci.
Turahuza.
Grace, reka dusubire kuri Grace watangiye Save Mulenge, atubwire igitekerezo ukuntu caje. Byatangiye n'umuntu umwe, byatangiye gute, mwarabiganiriyeho, mwagishije inama, uduhereze summary ya Save Mulenge.
So Save Mulenge yatangiye in the year 2019, and it's started by Ottawa youth, urubyiruko byo muri Ottawa. So when the conflict was going on back home, we sat down as a group and we were thinking about what we can do to help the situation back home. And so Niba, our generation, we grew up around, so right before Save Mulenge happened, there was a campaign that was also started for Ibn Hujjat, we had Muri South Sudan. And so when South Sudan, the conflict was happening in South Sudan, Abantu they changed their profiles to blue, and so that's kind of like where we got the idea from. Natwe turabona, like social media nahanu twebwe, like we're able to really engage in, and we have seen a response. We've seen Black Lives Matter, or if you look at the hashtag #MeToo movement, that you get a lot of people engaged all over the world. And so we wanted not just Abanyamulenge to know our issue. We wanted abandi bantu kumenya like ikibazo Abanyamulenge bafite. And so we sat down as a group, and then we decided to pick a color first. And so we wanted a color that represented Abanyamulenge and the land and the relationship dufite to that land. Not me trying to embarrass myself with Kinyamurenge. Yeah, so we wanted a color that would specifically obviously stand out, ikinu, that has a meaning to us. And so the green represented the land, the green represented harmony, it represents peace, it represents hope. And so that's why we decided to go with the green. And so with the hashtag Save Mulenge, we wanted to put an emphasis on the land, the people that live on the land, and why it means to us that there's peace on that land. So the emphasis on hashtag Save Mulenge is so that we have peace on that land, right? So I know, Nina, like I've seen hashtag Save Banyamulenge, but if you say hashtag Save Banyamulenge, njewe ndi Munyamulenge ntuye muri Canada, but I'm not in immediate danger, right? And so with the importance of hashtag Save Mulenge is that we want that land, we want Mulenge to be peaceful so that people can live there in peace and harmony. So the whole idea yatangiye, we wanted youth to be involved, we wanted our friends to know about the issue, we wanted the international community to know about the issue, and we wanted to help in a way that we could, right? Everybody go kuri telefone. And so if I'm going to help raise money through my phone, why not? If I'm going to stop killings of my people through my phone, why not, right? So that was a way for us to kind of spread the word with a tool that's very like available to us. I hope that answers your question.
You answered 3 questions in one, and I'm sorry for that. That's okay. Ariko mbere yuko dukomeza, reka mbanze wenda mpereze abantu bakeya briefly ivyo waruvuze mbisobanure. Watubwiye yuko mwatangiye Save Mulenge, mwaricaye muraganira, hari iyicwa ryari kuba muri Sudan, kandi koko twese twarabibonye, batangira hashtag, twese turayikomeza hashtag. Na ku bantu wenda badakoresha abasaza cyangwa abakesha badakoresha internet cyane, ni urwego. Hanyuma kuri internet yo urwego wanditse ijambo ku ruhande, umuntu wese urikanzeho abona amavideo, ukabona amafoto, ibintu byose bijanye na ikintu runaka abantu bari kuganiraho. Nuko rero babitangiye, hanyuma muza guhitamo couleur cyangwa se ibara ryo gukoresha, muhitamo icyatsi. Mwahisemo icyatsi kubera ko mwabonye ko iki represent iwacu yabari nanje nkongereyeho iwacu turabizi ni ibyatsi, hari ibyatsi byinshi, hari ibiti, hari green. Mu busanzwe hano nko hanze ahantu hari green ni heza cyane, niho bakunda. So muri make nuko Save Mulenge yatangiye, hanyuma uza no kwadresa ku kibazo turagisubiraho kugira ngo tubigendeho buhoro. Tugisubireho ku bantu batangiye hashtag ya Save Banyamulenge, kubera ko mwatangiye Save Mulenge n'indi team. Muri mbere ko dukomeza, ushobora kutubwira Save Mulenge mu Kinyarwanda nk'ico bigamije kuvuga kugira ngo mu Kinyamulenge, kugira ngo abantu basobanukirwe Save Mulenge?
Wait, urashaka njewe nsobanure mu Kinyarwanda or
mu Kinyamulenge Save Mulenge?
Wait, mu Kinyamulenge Save Mulenge, Tabari Mulenge, yeah.
Hari abantu babonye Save Mulenge, nashaka ko abantu batureba wenda ari abantu benshi badukurikirana batumva icyongereza, iyo save sivuziki. Hanyuma Save Mulenge, hari abaje rero baravuga ati Save Banyamulenge. Muri make bavuga ntago gutabara imurenge byumvikana nko gutabara Abanyamulenge, kandi argument yabo yari hafi yenda kumvikana, kuko baravuga no gutabara Abanyamulenge kubera ko imurenge n'ahantu, imurenge hatuwe n'abantu benshi, imurenge ari abapfurero, hari abashi, ariyo andi moko, ariko no gusavinga no gutabara Abanyamulenge. Hanyuma we wabivuze, wabisobanuye, ushobora kugenda gakiya mu Kinyamulenge ushoboye ukavuga impamvu mwahisemo Save Mulenge. Ndashaka kubisubiramo kuko cyari ikibazo cy'ubwacu, kandi ni ikibazo kiri kuba muri iyi minsi, abantu batari kumvikanaho, bamwe batoye Save Banyamulenge abandi Save Mulenge. Dusobanurire muri makeya kandi kugira ngo tubisubiremo.
Okay, ndabisubiza in 2 parts. Okay, so ichambere, iyo tuvuze Save Mulenge, right? Turi kuvuga Abanyamulenge batuye mu Minembwe right now in the whole plateau region, right? So Abanyamulenge batuye iriya, and so for them to live there hagomba kuba amahoro. And so when we say Save Mulenge, we want to save abantu batuye iriya, we want to save the land, because again, iriya ni muhira, right? And so if we don't have that piece of land, ntabwo turi Abanyamulenge. We won't have a place to call home. And so when we say Save Mulenge, turi kuvuga ngo save that land, save abantu batuye hariya. We want peace in that land so that our people can live there peacefully. But iyo umuntu avuze Save Banyamulenge, an example I gave, hano ntuye muri Canada, but I'm not in immediate danger. Estelle atuye in Belgium, ntabwo she's not in immediate danger, right? Aho atuye hari amahoro, right? And so if you say Save Banyamulenge bari all over the world right now, right? But aho hari ikibazo right now ni muri Congo, specifically in Mulenge. And so it narrows down the issue. It narrows down the issue, right? And so another thing, if you look at Black Lives Matter, for instance, Gutango Rugero, right? If you say Black Lives Matter, ufite obviously Black Lives Matter yatangiye muri States, but then ufite Black people bazaba facing a racism in Europe, Black people bazaba facing a racism even in Africa, right? Or even in Australia. And so Black Lives Matter is universal. It applies to anybody urumira, right? But with our issue specifically, aho dufite ikibazo right now is in Mulenge. So we need to have a unified message. Abantu bagiye kuri social media and you write down hashtag Save Mulenge, ubona everything, right? All the information to Zadu postinga, even bihaye biba, all the petitions, the GoFundMes, it gives a unified message and information ihaye tangwa iri one. And it's easier if everybody goes with the same hashtag. But if we have two messages going that are kind of contradicting, I don't know how to say contradicting, but if you have two messages that are contradicting, it ruins the end goal of the campaign. So Save Mulenge is because eventually twese turashaka gutaha Mulenge one day. I don't know about you. I want to go back. And so that's the point of saying Save Mulenge.
Well, I sure want to go back. I can't sinshobora gusoma amakomantere ngo nyarangize ni menshi, ariko I promise ndaza gushaka umwanya nyagendeho anze kuyasoma kugira ngo twishimire abantu bari kudukurikirana. Hari uwitwa Jean Paul Ngabire yavuze yego, Sangwa Samuel turahari, Jean Paul Ngabire yongeye turi kumwe namwe. Congo, inkumi z'Imulenge muri beza abana bacu, Save Mulenge. We need government of Congo to take actions for what's happening in our land. DRC Congo Mulenge. Thank you. Julien Nyiramwiza, can you guys share your link, please? Well, abashaka gutukurikirana ushobora kugenda kuri YouTube, wandikemo Umurage TV cyangwa se Mulenge TV, irahitiza live, irahitiza umanuke hasi urayibona. Hanyuma Bigondo, Kamirwa, turi kumwe namwe kabisa, abasisi bacu murakoze, Muganirizi Eli turabakurikije ijana ku ijana, Abdallah Nkurunziza yashizeho utuemoji two kubabara twese. I think we feel him niho turi. Jean Paul Ngabire, kandi mugerageze gukoresha ikinyamulenge, turi kugerageza twiseguye imbere. Reka mbere yo kudutinda mu commentaire dukomeze. Estelle, ngiye kukubaza ikibazo kubera ko niwe muntu numvisha ukoresha ijambo abakongomani. Ni ikibazo nagejejweho n'abantu benshi cyane batubwiye mu biganiro mukoresha cyangwa se twagenda no nk'amakonferense y'abajene b'Abanyamulenge bakatubwira kubera iki twita gusa Abanyamulenge tugomba no kwita abakongomani, kandi koko yarafite raison. Wewe iyo topic ndazi ko nayo irahari mu rubyiruko rwacu, wewe ubitekereza gute? Abanyamulenge, abakongomani, utekereza ko wenda impamvu abakongomani batadufata nk'abakongomani bihagije? Cyangwa okay, let me rephrase, utekereza ko kubera ko batwegejeho cyane bituma natwe twaribagiye izina abakongomani, maybe tukiyita Abanyamulenge aho kugira ngo twita abakongomani? Hanyuma icya kabiri, utekereza yuko biri ngombwa ko specifyinga tukavuga ati twebwe turi Abanyamulenge kandi tukita abakongomani?
So ikintu tugomba kumenya yuko as much as twebwe tuvuga ngo turi Abanyamulenge, n'andi moko yo muri Congo akunda kuvuga amoko yabo. Njyewe niyo experience nagize n'inshuti zanje. Nkeka ko Abanyamulenge twagiye mu gihe twari twari a little bit confused kuri identité yacu bitewe n'aho umuntu waba yakuriye cyangwa se n'ibyo wumva. Impact ya société y'ibyo ikubwira nabyo birakw'impactinga cyane muri we uvuga cyangwa se wisobanura. Bahoze batwidantifya nk'abanyamulenge cyane, abakongomani barabavuga ko abandi mwuka y'abakongomani burivuga ko turi abanyamulenge. Nta gihe bavuga ngo cyangwa se bavuze ko bashatse kuvuga ko tuba muri Congo, bavuga ngo turi abatutsi bo muri Congo. Nko kutwereka nkaho like turi abatutsi turi muri Congo ariko we don't ntacyo dufite cyo gukorayo. Icyo kibazo umbajije ngo se numva ko abanyamulenge hariho n'ukundi kuntu twikunda cyane, tugomba kubivuga kameme nazo turikunda cyane, dukunda kuvuga cyane abo turiho. Ariko nkeka ko impamvu jewe personally cyangwa se kuzonza mbona impamvu dukunze kuvuga ko turi abanyamulenge nuko iyo physically dusa n'andi moko, dusa n'abatutsi, niko bimeze. Noneho iyo uhuye n'umuntu uvuga ngo uri umunyamulenge, bituma umuntu akwidantifya akavuga uti okay, nubwo umuntu ari umututsi, abanyamulenge bavuga ko biyita ko bava muri Congo. Believe it or not, that's not the point. Ariko niko twidantifya. Ariko jewe nahoze mvuga ko ndi umukongomani kuko abanyamulenge naje kubamenya, reka mvuge ngo vuba. Ngira ngo mu bantu b'abanyamulenge navugana nabo cyane yari Ida, kuko twari dusanzwe tuzanye, niko naje kumenya abanyamulenge aho dutandukanye n'abandi. Ubundi nahoze mvuga ko ndi umukongomani gusa. Ariko c'est très important kwidentifya ukavuga uti okay, nkuko abandi bakiruba bazabivuga. Sinzi nimba mwigeze mukurikira amatora muri Congo igihe Tshisekedi baza baba bamutora, bakunze ariko umunsi umuntu abakiruba bahagurutse bakivuga bagashaka imbaraga. Nta nubwo bahoze bavuga ngo turi abakongomani, baza bavuga ngo turi abakiruba gusa ntitukaza dufilinga ko ari ikibazo kwivuga ko turi abanyamulenge, kuko niko ahantu hose bimeze. Nandi mwoko we muri Congo niko bazabigenza. Mbuza muhura mukamenya, gusa aho twebwe dutandukanye n'abandi nuko iyo batubonye ntago batekereza ko tuvuye muri Congo cyangwa se bakabihakana. Ariko nje numva nta n'ikibazo kirimo cyo kuvuga gusa ngo as long as uzi ushobora kuba dating. Mu kwivuga kwanje mvuga ngo ndi umukongomani w'umunyamulenge, then nkaza nakuriye kwivuga mu kinyamulenge. Niko nje mzuba kandi niko numva ko twese tugomba kubigenza. Iyo identité y'igikongomani tugomba kuyikoresha buri munsi. Ariko ubona nyine ko tugenda twikura mu bandi kuko nabo badukuyemo. Biragoye ku includinga mu bantu batagushaka. Ubishiramo imbaraga ariko ntabwo baba bagushaka, nabo bagashiramo imbaraga zo kugusubiza inyuma. Ugasanga rero nyine sometimes niyo bakurusha imbaraga kuko wenda ari bo benshi cyangwa se kuko ari bo bafite power. Ariko tuze tugerageza kuvuga ko turi abakongomani b'abanyamulenge, cyangwa se ngombwa ngo umunyamulenge avuga ngo umunyamulenge. I don't think bavuga ngo umunyamulenge w'umukongomani, kuko ndi umukongomani w'umunyamulenge. Niyo nibanze.
Ntarakurekura ntarabaza undi muntu ako akanyuze mu everybody way, kuko abantu benshi babiganira. Kandi iyi ngiyi ndagira ngo mumurize abantu bari bo murage badukurikira aka kanya, tuzayigarura nka topic y'ubwayo, ukuntu identité yacu ukuntu tugomba we have to own it, tugomba natwe kuyihereza, tugomba kuyifata, hanyuma n'abandi bakazakurikizaho. Estelle, ushobora kutubwira impact cyangwa se ikintu kinini Save Mulenge yamaze, yaba ari umwaka ushize twabonye trendinga cyane. Utubwire wewe nk'ikintu wabona social media yafashije kugira ngo ipushinge Save Mulenge kurushaho.
So social media ni ikintu ciza kuko ni ikintu kikugaragaza ahantu hose. Social media ituma mu gihe gito cyangwa se nubwo udafite imbaraga nyinshi ariko abantu benshi bakumva. Ni ukuvuga ngo ijwi ryawe urishikiriza kuri benshi. Ico Save Mulenge yakoze, nshaka kwanza kugaruka ku kantu gato, ico muribuka igihe Minembwe baza bagira Minembwe commune. Nzantegereza ukuntu indirimbo y'umuririmbyi Galas yakoze ari muri Kenya, yibereye muri studio yiwe, yahagurukije igihugu cyose. Nimba mwarakurikiye iyo nkuru, naratangaye nkavuga uti ariko mutekereza ko indirimbo yatumye abantu barakara kuriya igihugu cyose kigahaguruka? Ni ukuvuga ngo n'ibibazo byose biri muri Congo babonye ko bagiye kuvuga kuri Minembwe, kuko gusa umuntu nyine yari yikundiye iwabo, agenda muri studio yikorera akaririmbo atarazi ko bigira iyo impact. This is how much it shows uko social media igira impact. ico social media yafashije nuko abakongomani batwanga hari ikintu reka mvuge ngo mbakundira nimba nabivuga uko nuko bakunda gukurikira ibintu byacu baradukurikira ku ma social media bagafollowing nubwo baba bashaka kubikorera muri wembi ariko still baba baduha imbaraga njyewe ntacyo biba bintwaye iyo baba baturicitinga ibintu byanje baye bantuka kuko bituma abafollowers babo babona iyo Save Mulenge. Save Mulenge yatumye bigera ku bantu benshi abantu bakamenya ibihaye bibi ni ukuvuga ngo umuntu ushaka information ushobora kuyibona uyibonera hehe rero uyibonera kuri ama social media icyo ntekereza ko birushaho byadufashije kugeza iyi nkuru ibintu bitubaho kubigeza kure kubikura muri twebwe gusa Abanyamulenge urumva kuko mbere ukuntu ibintu byagendaga ikintu byarabaga ariko bigasigara swat mu bantu bari autour de nous batuzi babibona ariko ntitumenye gushikiriza amakuru kuri ntitumenye kuvuga ngo uri muri Canada ni gutari bumenye ibi social media kandi tutaziranye umuntu uri hano ni gutari bumenye ibi kandi tutaziranye iyo urebye abantu barutitinga cyangwa se basharinga ibintu bya Save Mulenge hariho na benshi bataziranye n'Abanyamulenge ariko babikora kuko iyo social media yafashije inshuti zawe ida sizo nshuti zanje inshuti za Grace sizo zanje bituma rero ubumenyi bugenda abantu mubigisha abantu bakamenya inkuru bakamenya n'ibihaye bibi icyo ntekereza ko yahinduye Save Mulenge yahinduye byaduhaye imbaraga cyangwa se umugaragaro wo kuvuga uti turi hano turahari ibihaye biba nta muntu uwo ari we wese ushobora kuza akavuga ngo we didn't know about this urumva umuntu ari abakongomani ari abantu batwanga ari abaki barabibona kandi ikindi naje gusanga even nabariya batugwanya baba bazi ko turi ku social media you guys need to know yuko n'abamayimayi mugira amatwira and everything you know they do have it gusa bituma abantu babona yuko nubwo mufite attention yo kutwica cyangwa se gukora ikintu natwe turahari bigira imbaraga nyinshi cyane burya nubwo hariho abantu batwirengagiza biriya bintu barabibonye bacuzinga kubyihorera no kubiceceka ariko barabibonye ntiwambwira yuko Abanyamulenge bangana uko cyangwa se twese dukoresha ibi tubisharinga ni ukuvuga ngo nta muntu kuri uyu munsi think swat umunyamulenge ushaka kuvuga ngo ntabwo nzi ibihaye b'Umulenge at least nimba ukoresha social media umuntu wese ushaka kuvuga ngo utinshaka kumenya ibihaye b'Umulenge ni he nabikura byose ubikura hariya even niyo udafite umunyamulenge autour de toi cyangwa se nk'inshuti
merci there I go again none wewe mutangira Save Mulenge hari nka mwashaka kugera hari pourcentage mwashaka kugeraho ushobora kuvuga ati okay tugeze ahangaha iyi ni success wavuga ko yabaye successful cyangwa unsuccessful according to you
navuga ko uko bimeze kose nubwo tutaragera aho twifuza kugera ariko turi mu nzira kandi turi mu nzira yo kugeraho dushaka kugera kurusha uko turi kure yaho twari dushaka kugera ni ukuvuga ngo bute yacu y'iyi Save Mulenge ni uko twari dushaka ko andi moko amenya ibihaye bitubaho kuko imbaraga ziri kuvuga ngo andi moko abimenye bituma ibintu mubikura muri mwebwe mwenyine twarabibonye twese ku bintu byose uko bigenda biba ari ku bintu byabaye ziriya ntambara zabaye muri Nigeria cyangwa se whatever twabonye ukuntu ikintu gikuye iwanyu gusa bituma n'abandi bo mu gihugu cyanyu bibwira uti okay abantu tugomba kubumva atari uko bazadutera isoni mu maso y'isi navuga ko goal yacu cyangwa se beauty yacu ni uko tugerageza mu buryo like ntihakagira umuntu uzavuga uti aya makuru sinarinzi hariho nigeze gukurikirana interview ya Moise Nyarugabo abajournaliste bari Kinshasa bakamubwira ngo uti ngo mwebwe muzamupfa ngo ariko ngo ntaco tuzatubona ngo nta mibiri y'Abanyamulenge turabona ngo ayo mazu muzamuvuga ngo nditura kandi abo nta banyamakuru bari muri ico gihugu ibintu babibera simvuze ngo ivyo bavuze ngo wenda ntaco bari baziho ariko nta nubwo bafashe umwanya wo gukora ubushakashatsi kuri ico kintu kuvuga ngo reka tumenye iyi suje umuntu tugiye kuganizaho ikintu tumenye ibihaye bibi niyo mpamvu rero numva ko turi ubu ibinyamakuru basharinga ibintu byacu ari abanyamakuru bo mu Rwanda cyangwa se nkamwe Imurage TV cyangwa se ugasanga nandi mwoko n'abakongomani je nabonye amapaje menshi y'abakongomani basharinga ibyo bintu atari nkuko nakubwiye atari no kuvuga ngo babivuga ngo bashaka kudushigikira ariko no mu kutugwanya kwabo bituma bibashikiraho urumva ico ntekereza ko goal yacu nuko of course ibi bintu bishira ariko aho dushaka kugera nuko ijwi ryacu ryumvikana yumvikana ahandi hantu harenze frontières za Congo, zumvikana ahandi hantu harenze frontières zo muri Afrika, bikagenda kuri byose.
Thank you. Nange guhereza pause SP, reka tukugarukeho. Ibintu turimo bya Save Mulenge, urubyiruko turatandukanye cyane n'ababyeyi bacu. I mean, for God's sakes, nije savinga nimero za papa, savinga ndamuhamagarira ari ibintu byinshi ataje gukoresha telefone, so much less kumbwira ngo agende kuri Facebook, agende kuri Instagram. That would never happen. Ntabwo bizokunda habe na gatoya. Ariko nabo kandi bafite ibyo bakora kugira ngo batabarize iwacu, nibo organize ibintu by'amahoro kurusha urubyiruko. Which by the way, kandi bisobanura kutureba urubyiruko rwose, please contribute. Itaba niba bahamagara mu nama, tanga amafaranga murayakorera, nta kindi muri kuyakoresha. Please save Mulenge through giving money. Mwumvire ababyeyi bacu. Anyway, ikangaruke kibazo cyanje SP. Kuri aba mama rero n'abapapa bacu, ababyeyi bacu badufasha, nabo bafite contribution yabo, ariko kandi natwe dufite yacu. Cyane cyane mu rubyiruko ubu ngubu ku bintu bya social media, nufasha abantu bakuru babishima, baravuga ati mama, you brought awareness to the issue, mwagerageje kumenyekanisha cyangwa kwamamaza ibintu biri kubi wacu. Ni gute urubyiruko, mubajije wese nkaho uri mukuru, muri kumakinga sure cyangwa se muri guhakikisha yuko ibiri gukorerwa mu rubyiruko biri kuza bigahura n'iby'abantu bakuru, bitari kugenda ku biri gutandukanye? Kubera ko dushobora kwikorera ibyacu tukagenda, ariko somewhere in the middle ntidukoreshe information zose kuko tutazifite, nk'uko twabajije anga histoire twe ntabwo twayimenya neza, ariko kugira ngo noneho dushigikirane twese dufashanye dusenyere umugozi umwe n'ababyeyi bacu. Niki muri gukora kugira ngo byose bihure?
Okay, ndibaza ko muhaye munyumva. Idarakoze muzukuri, wavuze ikintu gikomeye cyane, wavuze ko ababyeyi bacu bafashe runini mu gusavinga Mulenge. Bisobanura ngo twese gutangira ku mwana mutoya ko ukazamura ukageza papa n'ababyeyi baba, twese gahunda dufite niyo gusavinga Mulenge, niyo gusavinga ubwoko bwacu bw'Abanyamulenge. So bisigura ngo akazi twebwe, sorry you guys, Esther ngiye kubita abana, akazi abana bacu barumuna bacu bahaye bakora ni keza pe, kuko nabyo byari bikenewe in terms of raising awareness na advocacy yo kuri social media. Ubwo nago n'urundi rugamba. So ariko hari urundi rugamba nibaza ko cyane abajene bacu twasema ariko rugamba rwo gushiramo umusanzu wacu ari byo by'amafaranga. Normally iyo habaye ikibazo mu Banyamulenge, navuga ntarashakwa before nkibi wacu, ikibazo cyarabaga as long as papa wawe yatanze, you are fine, that means you are covered. Ukumva ko as long as family ninje yatanze amafaranga, that's it. Ariko reka let me break the news, babwire ko mwokagira Imana, iki si igihe cyo kuvuga gusa ngo ni papa utanga. Iki ni igihe cyo kuvuga ko twese turasonera ku mugozi umwe, yaba umwana, yaba umupapa, yaba umumama. Ufite akazi ugomba gutanga umusanzu wawe, kuko umusanzu wa papa wawe si wo wawe. Kandi gusa nutanga umusanzu wa advocacy ariyo Save Mulenge cyangwa se izindi social media dukoresha, uvuga ati ngewe akazi kanje nakarangije. Oya, hariho umuco twigishijwe n'ababyeyi bacu, cyangwa se ababyeyi bacu bigishijwe n'ababyeyi babo, nugutabara igihe tudafite udutabara, kandi mumaze kubibona. So igihe ababyeyi bacu bazagenda tudafite uwo muco twebwe ngo tukamate na nguvu, no Kiswahili.
That's the beauty of being Abanyamulenge. We speak all languages.
I know. Twumve ko dushaka gukomeza umurage wabo wo gutabara in terms of finances n'amafaranga. Then ababyeyi bacu nibatambuka, mvuga ati iyi generation yabo nigenda, tuzaba tuluzinze generation y'Abanyamulenge yose. kuko ikindi kibazo nikiba kikaba nk'ari iwacu ruguru dufite generation yacu itabyumva yo gufasha that means ntiyazaba hariho ino campaign cyangwa se zino mbaraga zo gufasha in terms of money zo gutabara abacu zizaba zihari tutabikomeje. So Save Mulenge yakoze akazi kabo in terms of advocacy, ikora n'akazi kabo in terms of raising money. Ntabwo bakoze gusa ikintu kimwe, which means abari muri no Save Mulenge twatuvuga bafite ubwo ruhari rwo kuvuga ngo turasavinga Mulenge ariko nanone turasavinga ubuzima bw'abantu bacu dutanga umusanzu wacu. Ndamagara abantu bose muzukuri Ida ntabwo yansabye kuvuga bino, but I feel like saying it. Ibibazo biri iwacu mw'abantu taho bihuriye n'amadolari 100. That's like a drop in muri ocean. Ibibazo biri mu bantu bacu muratekereza gusa abantu bari kubwegera, muratekereza gusa abantu barayo batewe, ariko ntutekereza abana ba papa babo bashize ubuzima bwabo on the line, barapfa basigara ari imfubyi badafite kirengera. Mutekereza abapfakazi baba basigara badafite kirengera. Ntutekereza ababyeyi bose bamaze guhisha amazu yabo badafite aho bajyama. Ntutekereza ababyeyi banyazwe imitungo yabo yose. Dufite crisis ituruta kubwoko, ariko kandi we cannot fail in protecting our own. Tugomba gukora ibishoboka byose. Ndibaza ko n'impamvu Imana yatuzanye hano muri Amerika nuko yari izi ko hari ibihe nk'ibi bizahaba, kugira ngo duhaguruke dukore uko dushoboye. Nta munsi n'umwe wari wabona umuntu asabiriza. Ndibaza ko tugikura bavugaga iyo version kumva it doesn't make sense. Nta munyamurenge uzubikora, kandi nk'umunyamurenge wese ugomba kumakinga sure ko nta munyamurenge uzabikora wagenda asabirize ku bundi bwoko kandi duhari. Muhaguruke urubyiruko, abamama, abapapa, mwitange, mutange n'ibyanyu kugira ngo turamire ubuzima bw'abantu bacu. Turarushe, of course turarushe na zino ntambara, turarushe, ariko se turaruha amare tubihereze ndi ko ntabatwumva. Abatatwumva twicwa baraduheza amafaranga yabo. Abatavaluing ubuzima bwacu ngo bavuge ngo bano bantu ko barapfa urupfu rw'agashinyaguro baraduhereza amafaranga yabo ngo badufashe kutwubakira n'amazu. Oya, ni twebwe. Hari umwana wavuze neza aravuga ngo we are our own UN. Twenyine, we are the United Banyamulenge Nation. Byanga byakunda, we have to do it. So as a young person, umumama, umupapa, kandi ndabisubiramo, ugende wicare, especially those in the diaspora. If you make any money, do it. Hariho amakominote yacu turimo mwese murabizi, Mahoro muri Canada bafite mutualité, muri za Europe ahantu hose barazifite. Especially for young people, get involved and know what's going on. You are what we have. You are our future. And the future is now. Ta in the future dufite. Ta in the future dufite. This is it. And we have to make it right. I'm sorry, I think I went off with what you had asked, Ida, but I feel like narishaka gufunguka umutima. And I did. Kandi nabikoze. So thank you. Since nimba nagusubije.
Bansubije kandi nanjye naguhaye moment.
Yeah.
We need it.
Thank you.
At some point. Birabaza kubona urubyiruko rutari gutanga amafaranga. Abantu baba hanze reka nje nihereho muri Amerika $20 n'amafaranga make. Nzanje kuri drive through nkayakoresha in a second. Ariko dufite abana bari hanze. Narabivuze, I think abashiti banje barambajije ndabasobanuriraho gatoya. I'm sorry, this might come off as unprofessional kubera ko I'm supposed kubabaza ibibazo ariko nanje ntange nunganire spe. Barambaza barambwira none se niki twabafasha, niki kiri kuba ari haruguru. N'ubwa mbere nje mu kubasubiza bwanje, n'ubwa mbere twagize abana bacu barwara bwaki. That never happened in Mulenge ever. Ariko dufite abana hanze bishwe n'imbeho, bari koga amazi akonje, badafite aho kuba. Ababyeyi, I think nk'abantu b'ababyeyi cyane impamvu banatanga bagatanga bwa mbere ni ukubera ko bazi ko umubyeyi ukuntu bimeze, uhangayitse umwana wawe utazi ikintu ari burye kuri uyu munsi. Ariko urubyiruko nta munsi bizumvikana yuko utatanze amadolari 20 cyangwa amadolari 100 kubera nta mpamvu n'imwe ntayihari. So please mwumvire ababyeyi, mwumvire abakuriye za mahoro, go and give money, please donate. Espe tugarutse, I don't think you need to answer this. Hari abatubajije baratubaza how can they help. Ese dufite ahantu abantu bacisha amafaranga, twebwe nk'Abanyamulenge turahafite, ducisha muri za mahoro, amagrupe turimo mu state, ariko hari n'abandi babajije nk'umuntu utari muri community y'Abanyamulenge, how can they help? Because I think ntabwo byoroshye kuvuga ngo mbona amafaranga. Yes, I might be trustworthy, mushobora kunyizera mukayampa kandi nkayashitsa, ariko I think bitanga akavuyo kenshi. So hari nka GoFundMe dufite iri official yo gufasha abantu biwacu.
I can answer that question. But before I answer it, I can add kubyo wavuze hejuru yo gutanga amafaranga nk'urubyiruko. I think it's very hypocritical kugenda kubwira abantu ngo batabare ubwoko bwawe if you yourself are not giving it. And so you have to put your money where your mouth is, right? You have to, if you're going to tell abantu ngo, hey, we're doing this, and then wowe ntago watanze or you've never given money, then stop. There's no point in doing it, right? And again, nk'umunyamulenge, you know what it's like to be in that position, because all of us at one point, it was either like your parent or what in those problems. So you understand what it's like, what it's like. And so for you, if you can't support, if you can't give your money, then don't even ask abo bantu bose batangisha amafaranga, because if you don't believe in feeding your own people, then there's no point in you even trying to spread awareness, right? So ku bantu bashaka gutanga, and obviously Abanyamulenge aho dutuye twese in our communities baza badutangisha amafaranga in the groups that we have. So if you're not a Munyamulenge, we do have a GoFundMe that was set up. If you follow me kuri Instagram, cyangwa Estelle, cyangwa Espe, iri kuri bio yacu. Cyangwa if you type kuri Google Save Mulenge GoFundMe, it will pop up, and you're able to share that link with your friends batari Abanyamulenge, and they're able to donate money through there.
Thank you. Merci, Grace. This bigiye kuba emotional, and it is. Grace, I'm gonna ask you a question. Wigana n'abana b'abazungu, wigana n'abana b'abanyamahanga baturuka ahantu hose, and I think ikintu cyabaye muri iyi minsi twese twahurijeho. I talked to a few friends, benshi bavuze turi kugenda mu bihe bikomeye, ariko our friends are nowhere to be seen. Abashitsi bacu ntibaye badufasha, ntabwo bari kudutabariza. Because I remember BLM, Black Lives Matter, igihe yaje n'ibyo bavuze bya Sudan n'ibindi byose, even n'ibyabaye muri Asia when they were killing the Muslims. Turi abambere gutabariza abandi bantu. But twebwe ibiri tubaho, I think nabonye nk'abashiti nka batanu gusa aribo bapostinga bavuga Save Mulenge. Ni gute holding our friends accountable, because in this moment hari nayo biratubwira urugingo rumwe rurababara, umubiri wose ukababara. So we are sisters, we are brothers. Ni gute tubabara bagenzi bacu, abadukurikirana bose nimba murimo mu bashiti banje. I did hold them accountable, kandi dusanga bamwe ntago babizi, they don't know what's going on. So what nikute twe our youth twa holding our friends accountable. I know what I did, but I want you to share your side. Nikute wabigenje. Cyangwa se, do you do it? Have you started doing it? Because like you said, it's hypocritical. It's hypocritical kugira ngo tugende turi kubwira social media dushake gutagetinga abandi ba star kandi nabo tubana batabizi. Ni nko kuvuga ubutumwa ntabwo waje kubwira undi muntu uhera mu rugo. What are you doing? Uvugire twese, and ni gute wasaba n'abandi kugira ngo babigenze.
Okay, so to hold your friends accountable, that's a sticky one, because if you're my friend and then even if it's posting kuri social media, for instance, naga, it's not happy things, right? Namafoto y'abantu bari guhunga, kids that are not clothed properly. I saw a video mama, and then she said that and then she gave birth munzira, right? And so it's things like that we share kuri social media. And so if your friend azaire baga swiping gusa and then takubaze what's going on, how can I help? For me personally, I take it is that you're not my friend because you don't care for me, right? You don't care for me at all because they're my people. Not only that, I was in that situation as well, right? And so if your friend does not bother to ask you in this situation, nagwara kazi kachu to explain to people, like I don't know how to explain this, but we don't have to explain the pain to people. They should just see it, right? It's self-explanatory. Look, I'm bleeding, right? And then our one who that ignore is they see that you're bleeding and you're showing them your cut, but they keep going on, right? So that doesn't make sense. So for me, how I live my life is that if you see me post about a kid that's going on in my community, you don't ask me, you don't want to donate, I cut you off, snip, snip. And again, like, you have to live your politics as well. And you're not giving, right? And your friends will know how you feel if you post about it, if you share about it, and if you talk about it. Beyond that, if nagubasha kukufasha,
Peace out.
Peace out.
Reka tugende kuri titre. I think titre yacu ivuga 21 days of mourning. Estelle, if you have an idea, y'ukuntu mwazanye 21 days of mourning and why 21, and byatangiye ryari bizarangira ryari?
Okay, ku gihe byatangiye mumbabarire kubera ukuntu amasaha azagendaho umuntu atakijya ijoro iminsi ntakiyimenya. But Grace can help you on this. Grace hajya twatangiye ryari?
I think twagize inama last Saturday. So
Last Saturday.
Yeah, last Saturday.
Yeah. It wasn't Sunday, right? Yeah, yari Sunday, I think. I mean, uko nzi ko yari Sunday hano muri side yacu hano mu Faransa. Niko twayitangije. I think nza mfatira urugero kuri ukuntu mu Rwanda baza bibuka iwabo bakafata nk'ukwezi kose. Ukwezi kose they talk about it, they post about it, bakabishira imbere, if I can say that. I think twebwe ni muri we yacu yo kuvuga uti mureke dufate social media, dufate iyo minsi tuyidediye kuri specifically kuri iki kintu. Yego twese turi inkumi nziza tuba dushaka gushaka ayo mafoto yacu and everything. Maybe we want to post ibintu twa umunsi wacu ukuntu wari umeze, ibintu nk'ibyo, ariko iyo ufashe igihe ukavuga uti okay, iki gihe reka tugishire muri urwo rwego rwo kwibuka ibintu biba byo kuvuga ibintu biba uvuga uti reka ngende gato mu gifaransa kuko ikinyarwanda kumbya kinshaga. Je décide de dédier ces jours-ci, ce temps-là, à ce qui se passe, parce que c'est une cause importante, parce que c'est quelque chose qui me tient à cœur, et parce que j'ai envie que ça change dans mon feed. il y a quelque chose qui a changé. Et pourquoi cette chose a changé? Je veux donner l'intention. Tu sais, uno munsi nshize Save Mulenge, and ejo nga posting video nariye, nga posting amafoto yanje nagiye muri vacation and everything. It's just like nkaho nabishizeho just to post it. Mais si tu continues à parler de ça tout le temps, les gens vont finir par ne voir que ça et se poser des questions sur ça. Ngarutse gato ntibagiwe question yawe, ngarutse gato ku byo wari waje grâce nuko yabigirije n'abashuti biwe, nabonye inshuti zanje tubana hano bapostinze cyane kuruta inshuti zanje z'Abanyamulenge. Even uzi n'ikimbabaje kuvuga ngo mu nshuti zanje z'Abanyamulenge nuko nta Abanyamulenge. On this ntabwo bari bakagombye kwitwa inshuti zanje z'Abanyamulenge, ariko Abanyamulenge baba bagira icyo bagira. Abashuti banje they shared nubwo batumva ibintu byose. Barasharingaga then bakaza bakambaza ngo still what's going on. Ariko ko turabona uhaguma uvuga, ko turabona uhaye posting ibintu n'ibiki biba bigenda ni bande babica. Nkuko yavuze iyo umushuti wawe azi like ari inshuti yawe real friend azavuga ku bintu biba bikuberaho. So tugarutse muri question wambajije, I think impamvu y'iyo minsi ni ukugira ngo tuvuge uti even nubwo iyo minsi hari abantu bashaka kuvuga ngo ni myinshi, for me mbona ari namike ku bintu byatubereyeho uko tubigejeje uko toutes ces années depuis 2017 twari tukagombye turi muri ibyo bintu, ariko no kuvuga ngo mureke dushemwe imbaraga gusharinga kuri iki kintu kandi tubikore every day kugira ngo first of all kugira ngo bigume bigaruka muri feed z'abantu kuri social media birafasha cyane kugira ngo ntibyibagirane, and ikindi kugira ngo sinzi nimba ijambo icyubahiro, je vais le dire en français, en signe de respect ou en signe de comment on peut dire, comme si, voilà, je veux me rappeler de ce qui s'est passé, je veux me rappeler de ce qui vous est arrivé ou de ce que vous êtes en train de passer, des moments difficiles que vous êtes en train de passer maintenant, et donc je décide de sacrifier ça, je décide de sacrifier mes réseaux sociaux et tout ce que je peux poster pour vous, parce que c'est important. So I think Grace can maybe add something.
Yeah, I was going to say with the 21 days of mourning, so we wanted to put everything on pause, right? So as Abanyamulenge batuye muri diaspora right now, Sunje, I'm in Canada, Estelle, Europe, we have abantu in the States. We wanted it wasn't possible ngo twese tugende muri protest or twese we go march or we do sit-ins, right? So a way for all of us to protest in solidarity was to get a 21 days of mourning on social media. And so what this 21 days means, if you post on your story regularly, you're going out, you're on a trip, tugiye kubihagarika byose, and you just post about what's going on in Mulenge. There's specific accounts that give credible information on what's going on over there as events happen. So we wanted people to follow those specific accounts, to retweet it with the hashtag Save Mulenge. And so basically for the 21 days of mourning, Abanyamulenge bose kwisi on social media, showing solidarity, so it's kind of like 40 days and fasting, right? So you stop doing everything and you're just sacrificing your social media for the 21 days so that abantu bamenye ikibazo kihaye kiba, so that we can come up with solutions, so that we raise money for abantu for our people back home. So the 21 days of mourning is for you to give up anything that you would post on social media on a regular and just dedicate it specifically to Save Mulenge. That was the point of it. Stand in solidarity with Vanuatu.
Okay. Thank you, guys. I think everybody, umuntu wese udafite social media ziri common, tuvuge nka Instagram, Twitter, bashobora kuba they feel left out, and that's okay. I'm one of them. I don't have Instagram. So my question, cyangwa se nkunganira, how can we help? Kugira ngo ndagaruka ku kibazo cyo kuvuga yuko ababyeyi bacu nabo they want to help, bashaka ko ibyo tubamo tube in the same spirit. I think natwe nico twifuza ibyo dukora byose tube in the same spirit n'ababyeyi cyangwa se n'abandi bantu badafite Instagram, which is ni benshi cyane. They don't have to necessarily to be all benshi bakiri batoya ntabwo bafite Instagram na Twitter. So how can we help? Nje nitangiriyeho Umurage TV, Imurenge TV, kugira ngo tubigeze no ku bandi bantu, cyangwa se mwebwe niki in the future, because I think abandi batangiremo hagati, myself too. So niki twabafasha kugira ngo ubutaha noneho once we start 21 days bizogere ku bantu bose at the same time dutangire twese.
Ida, ni SP kuranumva?
Yes.
Nshaka kukugira utange explanation basically mu Kinyamulenge 21 days of mourning ni kuko numva abantu benshi batabyumvise.
Yes. Ni iminsi 21 y'icunamo. Merci SP. Iminsi 21 y'icunamo yo kunamira abacu bapfuye, ariko cyane cyane ukuntu babisobanuye no gucisha kuri social media, no gucisha ku ma réseaux sociaux. Yaba ari WhatsApp nayo ni réseaux sociaux. So nimba rusanzwe upostinga benshi babigarutseho, Estelle yavuze ko ari nko kwerekana icubahiro, nko kwerekana yuko ubyubashe cyane ku buryo uri kwiyima ikintu kikunezeza kugira ngo werekane ko wubashe igikorwa kiri kwa cyo kwibuka cyangwa se cyo kunamira abacu bari gupfa mu minsi 21, ndetse hari n'abandi benshi bamaze gupfa, tagari bari gupfa gusa muri present bapfuye na kera. So ni minsi 21 yo mu Cyongereza bavuga fasting, social media fasting, ni nko kwiyiriza ibikunezeza byose, ukabanza ukareka gupostinga abandi bose bafite za birthday, bakoze iminsi mikuru, gupostinga ibyo byawe, gupostinga wowe ubwawe unezerewe uri guseka, ahubwo tugereza iki gihe gukangurira cyangwa se gushiraho amavideo yerekana ibintu byose biri kuba iwacu ku Banyamulenge bene wacu, ubwoko bwacu bw'Abanyamulenge. Ndagira ngo ndabisamarize byose ibyo bavuze.
Thank you.
Hanyuma Grace tugarutse ni gute twabifasha kugira ngo n'aba bantu bose batabimenye hakiri kare mu butaha bazabimenye hakiri kare.
So ubutaha, technically 21 days is a rough number we wanted, because I know if abantu heard 100 days of Amabarambirwa even before dutangira. Yeah. So we started with 21 days, but then tuzokomeza until we see change happening, until we see a response from the government, until we see MONUSCO not acting like a tourist agency, until we see the international community responding, right? So tuzokomeza to do that until we see change happens. For the 21 days, like how the meeting happened was, we had an emergency meeting that was called by Save Mulenge after even I think the last group, that's when we called for it. So tuzagira meetings every week ku updating abantu ukuntu they can add to the 21 days of mourning. So the first meeting we had was last week, tuzogira iyindi ejo, for high school students, university students, abana bari ku ishuri, and finding ways they're able to advocate as school-going students without doing things like going on strike, because that's not too smart right now, but just ways you can engage your fellow students, your teachers, even heaps. So every week we post it on Instagram, and you're able to message any one of us to kakohereza link. And so every week we add an aspect to the 21 days of social media mourning on top of ibyo turi gukora.
Hanyuma mu manama mutumira, muri ayo manama mutumira abantu bakuru cyangwa mutumira abajene gusa, abantu bakuru kugira ngo baze wenda to educate kind of babigisha abandi batoya about the history and all.
So even with their history, because we have been consistent. So like 2 months ago, twageze like akaza kutwigisha our history, and so right now, ibyo twari dukeneye is activism, because kibazo like chabaye, right? So it wasn't the time to educate, but we have had in the past And so right now, icyo dushaka is, you know, if you're umwana uri ku ishuri and you don't know how gusobanura ikibazo cy'Abanyamulenge, if you grow up here, so dufite like a workshop, they give you like a small history, you're able to explain it, tukaguhereza resources, because abantu bari ku ishuri, like you can read, right? And most of the stuff that's out there iri mu Cyongereza, so you're able to go and read it. Abantu, yeah, so I guess tuzadutumira umuntu to do these workshops and kutwigisha. It's not us that run them. We just host them.
We host people. Okay.
Yeah.
Right now we have 210 people watching. At some point though, it was like 257 people watching. Turabashimira mwese. Turi hafi kurangiza because I think message twayitambukije, ariko mbere yuko tugenda ndagaruka kuri SP mubaza ikibazo cy'abantu bakuru twakugize umuntu mukuru hano. Hari abatubajije, some people reached out baravuga okay, bari kubica kubera ko musa n'abanyarwanda, bari kubica kuko babita abatutsi bo mu Rwanda, bari kubica kubera ko bavuga ko mutari akongomani, kandi mu Rwanda habayeho abanyamulenge benshi baba na success rwose, bajya ku ishuri, bagira ikintu bigezaho. Ni Burundi na mu bihugu tuturanye byaratwakiriye, kuki mutavi Mulenge ngo muze mwimuke mugende n'undi mushaka amahoro? Abantu ntabwo bumva icyo turwanira. Iyo Save Mulenge, I think ikibazo ebana, go broad as much as you can. Abantu ntabwo babyumva, kandi koko umuntu birebera hanze, ureba nka filme, ntabwo byumvikana. Nimba ahantu hatari amahoro, hunga ugende uje gushaka ahandi, uba hari amahoro bakwakira. No kubera iki turwanira kuguma ku butaka bwacu kurusha uko twagenda ngo twimuke tuje gushaka amahoro? SP
mama shahuwe. Oh man, I think nari nabwiye Bigazi na Esther ko hari buzi ibibazo bigoye somehow.
I'm sorry.
Nari zikora ngewe uza kugira the hit. I'm so glad ko mfite barumuna banje backing up. Guys, ndimu, you know, don't leave me behind. So, icyambe wabajije ngo se ko batwita abatutsi, abanyarwanda, you know, and abo babitwita nyine ni bari abene wacu bayandi moko y'abakongomani. So, bisigura ngo nimba batwita gusa abatutsi, bakavuga ngo that means muri abanyarwanda. I think hariho n'abatutsi baba mu Burundi, baba Kenya, baba Tanzania. I wish bari kuvuga basi ati muzasubire iyo abatutsi bose baba, nimba babi Burundi, baba Tanzania, musubire iyo ngiyo. So I don't want to go back to the joke, but that was a joke, I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. So impamvu tudashaka guta iwacu cyangwa se ngo twimuke tuje aho ngaho bavuga ngo niyo twavuye. Mulenge ni muhira. Mulenge ni umurage twasigiwe na basogokuru. Ndatanga example, abayumva ndagira ngo ni baki. Reka tuvuge ngo papa wawe yasiza kubaka iyi nzu, arayuzuza ashiraho umusingi, which is foundation, right? Yeah, ashiraho umusingi, arayicora neza, irahagarara, aranayisakara, ashiraho imyango, ashiraho n'amadirisha. Hama noneho papa akagusiga, agatabaruka nyine agapfa, niko novuga. So wowe ugasigara, in 2 years tuvuge umwango wawe ugapfa, the lock. So kubera ko nyine papa wawe yagiye kandi ari wagusigiye iyo nzu, because you didn't work for it, ukavuga ati you know what, nshobora kwimuka nkaje no mu yindi nzu igifite umuryango. I don't think it's fair for your dad. Kandi bizaba ari igiseko. Icyo ni Kinyamulenge nyacyo, right? It's
I'm not sure.
It's a failure to you as a son and as a daughter of that parent. They've put their sweat, bashizemo icyuya cyabo, bamenya amaraso yabo, kubera ngo ubone iyo nzu, kubera ngo tubone buriya butaka tubugire, tuhabe mu mudendezo. I feel like Mulenge ni yindi heaven. Mbere twategerezaga ko Amerika ari heaven, but I think iwacu niyo heaven.
True.
So we cannot leave it. Ni umurage badusigiye basogokuruza, ni nayo mpamvu tuhaye tuhapfira. Nimba ababyeyi bacu batarahasize, nubwo nyine twatuvuga twicaye muri Amerika, twahaje kubera ibibazo twagiye duhura nabyo by'intambara. Ariko iyo nabo baba bari uyu munsi, baba bavuga ati we not living, of which dufite ayo masezerano. Abantu bakora ibintu by'amakanisa cyane, like bahanura n'ibindi, bavuga ko babona we are going back, tuzasubirayo, tuzasubira iwacu. Kandi iwacu ni hehe? Iwacu ni Mulenge, iwacu ni hariya tuzi. Ntabwo tuzaja mu Rwanda cyangwa mu Burundi ngo none nidushika tunabaze n'inzira. Tuzagenda aho tuzi, aho ba papa batemuye, aho basogokuru babahanze, niho tuzagenda.
Yes.
Yeah. Period.
If I can add something. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's coming. Thank you.
Abantu iyo bavuze ngo kuki mutava hariya kubera babica mukagenda ahandi, nshaka ko abantu bibuka ibyabaye Gatumba. Abanyamulenge barahunze Kongo, abanzi bacu baje kudusangirira baratwica. That mean yuko abo bantu ntibashaka gusa ko tuva muri Kongo, bashaka ko twicwa ahantu hariho hose tuba turi. That mean as long as Umunyamulenge ida uhari, Umunyamulenge stera hari, SP and Grace, bazahora batwica aho turi hose kuko nico bashaka. Jenza mfata urugero nk'abakombata Kongole tubana. Imana wenda reka mvuge ngo Imana zaje nuko wenda ntuye mu gihugu badashaka gupfa kubikora, ariko nico kintu bagamije. Abanzi bacu ntabwo bagamije ko tuva muri Kongo. Iyo abari ico, igihe twagiye muri Gatumba ntabwo bari kudutanga, twari mu kindi gihugu. Ikindi gihugu cyari kigomba no kuduprotecting, nabo ntabwo babikoze. But we know why, because of the story. Ikindi kintu nukuvuga ngo mutekereje Abanyamulenge ngo tugende he handi. Gatumba se ntabwo ari example yuko nomero aho ahantu hose tuzagenda, peu importe ahantu hose tuzahaguruka ngo tugende bazatwica, kuko ikibazo cabo nuko tubaho. Ikibazo cabo nuko umuntu w'Umunyamulenge aba hariho hose kwisi. Yeretse twese tugize Imana tukagenda mu bihugu byo hanze aho batupfa kutwicira, ariko abantu bagomba kumva ko uno munsi tuvuze ngo reka duhaguruke tugende muri Burundi, tugende muri Uganda, tugende muri Kenya, bizaba exactly the same thing kuko byabaye muri Gatumba. And Gatumba ni example yo kuvuga uti suko tudafite amahoro imurenge gusa, amahoro ntabwo tuyafite ahantu hari hose tuzaba turi kuko twitwa Abanyamulenge. So that's why c'est ce que je voulais ajouter.
Merci. Nongeraho nanje, even though I'm the host, identité ntabwo ari ikintu cyo gukinisha. Ndi Umunyamulenge, mfite iwacu aho nturuka, ababyeyi banjye baturutseyo, nzigisha abana bacu about Mulenge, kandi ibyo sinzabikora mwarankuye iwacu. Ntabwo bizashoboka. Ngomba kujyana n'abana banjye nkababwira ngo ahangaha niho ba data bakuriye, ahangaha niho baragiriye. So ntabwo twakinisha identité. Once niyimutse nkagenda, reka tubivuge mu mazina yabyo. Nabaye mu Rwanda imyaka yanjye myinshi, mba Umunyarwandakazi, even though ntibagiye iwacu, ariko hari bamwe twakuranye batari kuva mu Banyamulenge kuko ntabwo bahakuriye, ntabwo bahavukiye, ndetse babuze wenda n'abantu babibigisha. Ubu ngubu bidansifiye nk'Abanyarwanda, c'est tout, bikarangira aho ngaho. Ico kintu murebe ikuntu bizagenda. Narabyariye abana ahangaha muri Amerika, ibo bazakora Abanyamerika nta kindi kintu, ariko biroroshe ko nabasubiza iwacu nkabwira ngo ahangaha ubu Umunyamerika imyaka 400 wibuke ko waturutse ahangaha Mulenge. Ntabwo twakwimuka rero, kandi ndashaka ngo twibuke yuko abantu bari ubu ngubu Abanyamulenge ni intwari. Kuba batatwemera ngo tuhave no kurwanira identity, ntabwo nta kintu kiriyo kizima, nta mafaranga ariyo, nta rindi terambere ririyo. usibye identite yabo y'abasogokuruza bacu batubyaye. Mbere yuko turangiza rero navuze ikiganiro kirimo emotion nyinshi nta kundi twabigenza. Mbere yuko turangiza, mbere yuko tugenda, ndashaka gushimira abantu bose bari kutureba no kuri n'amakomante byananiye no kubisoma byabaye byinshi byerekana ko dufite inyota nyinshi. Ndashaka kubasaba rero ngo muzagaruke, you see ni oh my god, please muzagaruke dukomerezeho. Ariko mbere yuko mbarekura, grace cyangwa feel free wari wese mutubwire rero ico musaba abantu bari kureba mukeneye ko basupportinga with Save Mulenge. I campaign kurangira successful even more kurusha 2020. Tukomeze tugende imbere, dusubira inyuma tugende imbere. Nzi ko ubushize nabonye 2020 Save Mulenge yageze no kuba star benshi cyane from ibihugu duturanye. So this time ni iki mushaka ko abantu babafasha, abantu ariko bari hanga. That's number 1. Number 2, umwe muri mwa summarizing nimba ari abantu mushaka gushimira kugira ngo dukomeze, ariko mushimira abantu babafashije. So it could be Grace, it could be Estelle or Espe. Who wants to go?
I can go and then they can add anything if I miss something.
Okay.
So ikibazo dufite, we need all hands on deck. So right, if you're able to do something, ugikore. If we show it social media, do that. If you're able to write letters, do that. If you're able to write poems about what's going on, do that. Whatever you can do to raise awareness on what's going on back home, do it, because right now we need everybody's help and everybody's effort. Ichakabiri, mutange mafaranga. If you're in the States, give money through Mahoro. If you're in Canada, give money through your local provincial leadership. I don't know how they do it in Europe, but I'm pretty sure now bafite committee Abanyamulenge bazabatangisha mafaranga. So those are the 2 things that I can think of right now. And then obviously I want to thank Ottawa Youth for being so passionate about this. When you tell them, guys, let's do this, they say, what time? You know, you don't have to explain, you don't have to beg about kundugo kugabo. I am so proud and honored to be part of the Ottawa Youth. So thank you so much to the Ottawa Youth, and thank you so much Espe and Estelle for helping us and working with us. Again, this Save Mulenge thing is for all of Abanyamulenge, and so for all of us to work in solidarity together, we need abantu bose bitwa Abanyamulenge aho batuye ku isi. So I don't know if Estelle and Espe want to add to that, but for me, I'm just very grateful and very thankful for the team that I work with.
Yeah, so nongeyeho nshaka gushimira buri muntu wese wagize uruhare rwo gusharinga, rwo kuvuga kuri ibi. Nshaka gushimira Ida n'Umurage TV. You guys are using your platforms kugira ngo mugezeho ibikorwa. Hariho abantu sometimes bazafilinga ko icyo bafite gukora cyangwa se icyo batekereza gukora ari ikintu gito. Umuntu akavuga uti wenda ngo nje mfite gusa $10, it's not a big deal. Ariko umuze mwumva ko ikintu cyose ushobora gukora mu bushobozi bwawe birakenewe mu bihe nk'ibi. Nifuza ko message nakwifuza gusigira nuko buri munyamulenge wose yiyumve ko I feel so sad iyo mbonye Abanyamulenge badaba about this. For some reason, sinza numva ukuntu umuntu ashobora kuryama amahoro azi yuko bene wabo babaye bicwa. As we said, Abanyamulenge ntibaba bashaka gusa kudukura muri Congo, bashaka ko dupfa ahantu hose turi. I wish yuko abantu bashobora bene wacu bashobora twiyunge turi umuntu umwe muri ibi bibazo, kumve ko ari ibyacu. Iyo uhaye ubona ubutabazi bavuga ngo ugomba gutangira gukora ikintu abandi bakaza bakongeramo imbaraga. Tugomba gutangira twenyine kwikorera, tukumva yuko nimba abantu badayumvishwa ijyacu, reka tubyikorera. Ushobora kubikora in so many way, ugasharinga ku social media nkuko wowe wavuze ngo wenda you use social media, it's fine. Ushobora gufasha kurezinga naho utuye ukaganiriza abantu about this, abashuti bawe muhuru ukabwira you know what guys, even n'abashuti b'Abanyamulenge ubona ko badahaye bumva ibi bintu cyangwa se batabirimo, kabwite se reka mbibutse ko iwacu at the end of the day ni Mulenge, bariya ni bene wacu. So mureke tugire icyo tubafasha. Amafaranga twaje hano ngo dukoreshe twaje gusangira, ushobora kuyafata tukabatumira. Ashobora kugaburira abantu 10, ashobora kugaburira abantu 5, ashobora kugaburira abantu 20. Nshaka ko abantu bumve yuko maybe ntabwo dufite imbaraga right now zo gutuma bene wacu baticwa n'amasasu, baticwa n'ibindi bintu bakoresha kubica, ariko ikintu dushobora gukora, dushobora kubafasha kugira ngo ntibicwe n'inzara, kuko ni ikintu kiri realite, ni ukuvuga ngo abantu bicwa n'inzara nazo, so ico ni ikintu dufiteho imbaraga. Kandi no kuvuga kwacu, hari igihe ushobora kumva wowe ukavuga uti you know what, nje mfite aba followers benshi, ntabwo nshaka ko abantu banje banyasosya kuri ibi bintu, cyangwa se njewe banzi nk'umukobwa uvoyaje, reka ngube posting ibintu byanje mbanze ndeke bino mbishire ku ruhande. Ariko mwumve ko bino bintu for me, iyo mbonye abantu babyirengagiza cyangwa se cyane cyane Abanyamulenge, andi moko ga nta kundi babigenza, kuko it's maybe they don't just understand, ariko nkatwe twebwe tugende tubishima imbaraga. Ikindi, bene data Abanyamulenge, please muzafate umwanya tuzi twicarana n'ababyeyi bacu bazi histoire yacu, batubwira abo turi bo, batubwira aho tuvuye, tubishiremo imbaraga, kuko mu kumenya aho tuvuye niyo mpamvu tuzastikinga, twumva impamvu it's important kuri twebwe kurwanira imurenge. As long as utazi uri utazi n'ibyo bintu, ntabwo tuzabishiramo imbaraga. Njewe naje kumenya uwo ndiwe, menya ko ndi umukongomani, menya ko I belong to Congo, niyo mpamvu naje kubishiramo imbaraga. So ubundi nshimira cyane Grace na SP, abantu bitanga, abantu bose ba Adele, there is so many people I wanna say thank you. Gusa umuntu wese uzi ko hari icyo wakoze, wumve ko uhaye wikorera, ntiwumve ko hari undi muntu uhaye ukorera, kuko it's you, ni wowe uhaye ukorera. Njewe naza ntekereza ukuntu mu Rurambo wenda byabaye, nkavuga uti ni iwacu, nkavuga I want to have this sense yo kuzagendayo nkahereka n'abana banje, ariko nitutahagwanira hazashira. So thank you umuntu wese uzugira icyo atanga, umuntu wese uzi ubitekereza, uzi sharinga, we need that.
Thank you, Estelle. Ngiye gusaba ko twakora Aroni n'ijambo.
I was about to say,
okay, go ahead, please.
Ndumva ko bashimiye abantu bose bageze no mu rwego gushimira nyine n'abayobozi, ariko reka dushimire abayobozi bacu batuyoboye mu bwoko bw'Abanyamulenge, kuko bafashe runini cyane, ida bari muri Congo, muri gouvernement, ndetse n'abalida b'amamitualite. Muzukuri turabashimiye. Ikindi, burya iyo umuntu ari fana w'akabumbu, ni uzumenya amakosa yaba mu abakinyi baba bakora kurusha na arbitre sometime. So icyo nasaba abajene bacu, cyane cyane abajene bacu batanakora, ntukajudging, don't judge ibintu that you are not part of. Sigura ngo ntugacire urubanza ibintu utagizemo uruhare, uzubigiremo uruhare, noneho ukore, hama noneho ubone kuvuga ati bino bintu tubigenda. Do your part and don't judge. Ikindi cya gatatu, if you are silent about your pain, ino ni quote ngiye gutanga, they will kill you and say that you enjoyed it. Bisigura ngo nuzaceceka n'akababaro ufite, bazakwica nibamara bavuge ngo warabyishimiye igihe bakwicaga. Kandi sinibaza ko ari uyu mwanya wo gukora ibyo ngibyo. We need to talk, mugende mukora akazi kanyu k'ubuvugizi, ukora akazi uzi gukora, kugira ngo twese duhagararire ku munara umwe, saving ubwoko bwacu. Let's save Mulenge.
Let's go. Let's save Mulenge. I personally want to thank mwese mwitabiriye. Nari nshaka ngo dufate amasegonda 30, a moment of silence, since we're mourning through social media, but can also mourn, you know, ukuturahanga n'abari kutureba bose. I think 253 people watching right now. Just a moment of silence, twibuke abacu bapfuye bazize uko basa, bazize uko Imana yabaremye, hanyuma ndagaruka so we can wrap up. Thank you bakobwa beza n'abandi bantu bose mwaturebye mwakoze. Igikorwa cy'uyu munsi cari kuganiriza, birababaje twagomba kuba turi kuganiriza abantu bo hanze aribo tubwira ibyacu, ariko kandi hari bamwe muri twebwe who are doing nothing. nothing. Hari nabo turi gukora wenda tudakoze uko dushoboye kose, turi gushaka imbaraga uko tubishoboye, but hari abacecetse. Please njewe I would rather ukabaza ikibazo bakagusubiza aho kugira ngo wasume wewe wumve ko kuri kwawe uko ubitekereza ko bimeze. Reka tugire ama debate twanzure twese hamwe. Ndashimira ispe Grace Stelle mwatwitabiriye kugira ngo mubwire abantu about Save Mulenge, and from now on I think from here abantu bagende babakurikire, abantu bagende baba supporting, me being one of them. Hanyuma turangize n'izi 21 days zizarangira. When would that end? In 2 weeks?
May 15, yeah.
Tumaze May 15 kugeza le 15 May cyangwa tariki 15 z'ukwa gatanu, twese tube in the same spirit kandi tutabarize bene wacu. Thank you ku bantu bose bitabiriye. Thank you Mulenge TV, Mulenge TV. Thank you, reka mbavuge mazina: Oze Muhasha na David Manoa, mudufasha kandi mukaba muri inyuma in the background muri kudufasha kugira ngo ibintu bicemo neza. Hanyuma abashaka gukomeza gusharing iyi link, please go ahead. Nagaruka ababishaka, please go ahead and share. Tushaka ibigera ku bantu benshi bashoboka. This is not about the views, this is about covering, tubone abantu benshi bayirebe kandi twizere ko twagerageje ku educating abantu kugira ngo bumve ibintu biri kuba. Murakoze, turabifuriza amahoro aho muri hose. Yari Ida Umutoni with Mulenge TV. Ndabakunda. Bye girls.
Bye.
Bye.